Welcome. It's the Close the Deal show. Formerly incarcerated, I'm your host, Terrence McCray. Every week we bring you business information, tips, and insights from entrepreneurs, business professionals, and inspired individuals from the San Francisco Bay Area and beyond. The Close the Deal show also features public announcements, Entrepreneur Week, and small businesses. And if you're looking for strategies to help you in business or educate the public, then you're in the right place. Thank you for joining us today. Today, we have not only a good close friend of mine, but we have someone on the show who's going to share his insight, but his insight is through character development in which and how he became a chef. Today, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Close the Deal show, Tony Stafford.
Hey,
How you doing, Tony?
great. And you?
Huh?
I said I'm great, and you?
Okay, I'm great, man. It's good to see you.
Likewise.
No, I mean, really, it's good to see you not only in your element, but, overall as a person feeling good,
Thank you.
about life.
Thank you.
You think it's possible I can share our story?
You should.
Absolutely. It's not ironic that, people like ourselves, who work hard, who've been through adversity, who've made some mistakes in their life, have, put themselves in a situation where we're reaping the benefits of our blessings. Truly, we are reaping the benefits. To my viewers who don't know, I've been formerly incarcerated. And how I met Tony was behind the walls, as we would say. We met in prison. And it's ironic how we met is because when I met Tone, I met him through another mutual friend of mine. And Tone was bringing him over some food. And I just so happened to be nosy and inquired into what are you having? What are you serving? And it just so happened Tone had made him a dish and I had asked what was it? And it looked so good, I wanted some of it, You remember that day?
Yeah, I do. Your neighbor told you were being nosy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, people didn't like to share.
Absolutely. So tell me, what got you into culinary and where did you develop your culinary skills?
Okay, growing up, my whole family come from a long line of chefs and great cooks. So when I was young, I always wanted to cook too. So, but my mother would not let me cook. She would let me bake. So I would spend every day baking and baking and baking. So that's how it started. And then growing up, spending summers with my uncles who were chefs, learning, training with them. And then I stayed in the restaurant business all my life. So I went from that to running restaurants to running bars and doing every single part in the restaurant business, front of house, back of the house. And especially if you're running a restaurant, you have to know how to make everything and do everything just in case somebody doesn't show up. So that's where I pretty much got my love and the work ethic from.
So you were running restaurants?
Yes, all different kinds too.
Where at?
San Jose, Milpitas, even Concord.
So what was that experience like?
Oh, I love it. I love the when it's rush time. There's nothing like it when it's just go, and that was the adrenaline. It was for me. I love it.
How long you been doing culinary?
All my life. I haven't done really anything else.
So have you ever gone to school for it?
No, I have not.
You've never gone to school for culinary?
No, most people who go to school for culinary are people that don't know how to cook. So
what do you mean?
Most people. I mean, some of the famous chefs, Jacques Pepin and Wolfgang Puck. Yeah, man, those guys know how to cook. They learn everything. Especially Jacques Pepin learned everything from his mother. If you ever listen to him, and he teaches at Cordon Bleu. Well, I don't know if he still does, but Cordon Bleu in New York.
So here's a display of your artwork on Instagram. Mm-hmm. What was this dish you made right here?
Well, that was El Pastor tacos, and I made a tropical guacamole with that. So it's a pork that's seasoned with cooked with pineapple, and I made the guacamole with mangoes and mango juice and avocados and cilantro and onions.
That sounds delicious. So tell me, what inspired you to devote yourself to cooking, okay? And who?
Okay, so now that's what I do. It's just one of the things, everybody have a talent, and that's just pretty much my one talent. I can create things and come up with things in my head and picture things and how it may go and how it tastes, and then I just can execute it.
Here's a video. Could you let the viewers know what is this video right here on this steak grill?
Okay, so I smoked New York
This is
steaks.
how we do it.
I smoked New York steaks, and then I did a reverse sear on them, and
This
that's
is
after they're
how
already
we do
smoked.
it. You say you what?
I smoked the steaks first till they're pretty much rare, but a little temperature to it, and then I reverse seared it. Instead of searing it first and cooking it, I smoked the meat first, then put the crust.
What brought that about?
I just thought about it one day, so let me try this.
So, you said you thought about it one day.
Mm-hmm.
How do you create this idea of cooking and developing certain types of foods?
See, that's what I do. I don't make everything. I don't go by recipes, and I don't do the same thing over and over again. I'll taste something, I like it, and every time I try to create it better and better. And I just figure what I like and what goes together. I do go by certain classical rules. There's certain things I won't mix or won't do. I won't put cheese on fish, as you know that.
Okay. So, what's classical?
That you don't.
What are some other
that's a
classicals?
rule. There's certain things that just go together, and let me think of rules that I won't violate. You got me off guard with that one, but there are certain ones that just things you just don't do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me, would you put cheese on, say for instance, lamb? Would that be violating?
I don't know about violating, but it don't sound good. With lamb, you want something sweet because that type of meat. So you want something sweet with it. You don't want cheese. I wouldn't know. I don't think. Yeah, I think that would be a violation. I think you might end up back in prison for that one.
So tell me something. When you started cooking, right? How did it change your character?
I don't know about changing my character, but
When you say you don't know, are you referring to, like, say for instance, right? You're a businessman now.
yes,
Okay. And how long have you been in business?
for myself now
Correct.
since August.
Okay. So you're not doing the type of business, okay, that you were doing that put you in prison, were you?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
So your character changed.
Yes. Well, yeah. I'm doing an honest day, honest day work. Yeah.
So how do you develop business relationships through your character today?
Well, I try to do the best job I could do, no
Okay.
matter what. And that's why, as I spoke with you previously about, I don't take on that many jobs because when I do one, I want to be the best that I can do. And I work tirelessly until it's done,
Okay.
and I try to execute the best job. And it does good because I have certain clients that come back and they won't even ask for budgets or anything. They say, we trust you, just do it, and just tell us how much it's going to cost.
So tell me this, then. Are you a religious man?
Very much so.
And your faith?
I'm a Jehovah Witness.
And in being a Jehovah Witness, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the noble character of a Jehovah Witness?
We try to be honest in everything we do.
Okay.
Yes.
So when you're doing business with someone,
Yes.
what do you reassure them with?
That they're going to get what they want, and I will bend over backwards to make sure is exactly what we agreed upon.
And how did you develop that character?
Well, that started really in 2007, because that's really when I started to become one. a Jehovah Witness, and then I just wanted to be on. I mean, it's good to be honest, and actually, more people trust you. It works better for you in the long run, too.
So your clientele has developed more?
Yes, and this is a good thing too. Just with the show that I watched before that you had, what was his name,
Joe Finelli?
Joe Finelli.
Okay.
And he talked about the integrity and stuff and who you start with when you start in a business. So he says to start with people you know. And then you go out by word of mouth. And that's what I did. I started with people around my faith. You know, it was so happened that when I started, some guy was looking for a caterer out in Richmond, who I was with a brother out in Santa Rosa. And then I did the first job for him. And it was a pretty big one for my first one to be about 200 people, you know, for the first job. And, oh, go ahead.
No, finish.
Yeah, and it went, it was smashing. You know, bang, 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 and I pretty much run it like the military. When you say you want dinner served at 5, you want plates dropped, it's dropped at 5. You know, it's not gonna be 5:02. It's gonna be 5. You're gonna get it. When you want this cleared at this time, that's what's gonna happen, and I just make sure of it.
Do you recall what you cooked?
Yes, because it was they were having somebody from New York come out to give a talk, and it was half Spanish and half English. So they wanted a Mexican menu. So we did, once again, we did carne asada tacos, but once I smoked that meat first, too, before we grilled it. And then we did chicken pozole soup. I know that was the beginning of the appetizer. Pozole soup, chicken, and we did Mexican rice. And I can't remember the other meats that we have.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So tell me something. If you had an opportunity to let the people know that follow you on Instagram, what is your Instagram sign?
My Instagram is avantgarde.live. That's AVNTGARD.live.
Well, the reason why I asked that is because one of the things that I did in order to get a lot of people to tune in to follow the Close the Deal show so they could become educated and learn new tips was there are a lot of people who watch the show do commercials. Mm-hmm. You know, you can tell a person anything on the air and you can say anything on video, right? But we need real live people to be able to share and tell us if you say what you do is really good. So you need to have those that you've already served. Tell the people that. Tell the public so the public will know. But what did you bring us today?
Oh, well, I made a dessert, and it's a twist on a classic banana pudding that's a southern dish. You know, it's usually done with vanilla wafers and banana pudding. But I made a different type of filling. I can't give you my secrets for that.
Okay.
And then it also has fresh whipped cream on it, too, and some shortbread cookies instead of just the wafers.
Okay, well, we're going to have our technician come in, Mr. Javon, and come test this out because I'm fasting. Javon, come on up in here and grab one of them cups and spoons. And yes, please let the viewers know, let the viewers know what it looked like and what it tastes like.
It's pretty good.
Huh? Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. Well, from what I see right there, it sounds like you're making some good food.
Yeah.
Some very, very delicious dessert. How many hours did it take for you to put that together?
Well, that probably was 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Yeah.
And how long would it take you to put that together for 300 people?
Maybe 50 minutes.
For 300 people?
Yeah. It's all about the prep. Everything's about prep. You know, it's all the prep. And just boom, 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 executing.
And you've been doing this for how long?
The catering, my personal catering, since August.
Okay, so I want to show a display of this particular dish right here.
Okay.
What was this dish right here?
That was a Korean barbecue chicken. That was actually, we did an event for the disaster relief for the fire victims in Santa Rosa. So yeah, we did a nice buffet for them. So that's grilled chicken that was marinated in sesame oil, honey, and tamarind, like a Japanese soy sauce. And then after we grilled it, we put a little oyster sauce and more sweet and soy sauce on it.
Don't give away your secrets now.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me your team helped you put together all this food for who?
Oh, it's for the fire victims of Santa Rosa and in that area. Yes.
And where did this take place?
This took place maybe 4 months ago. And once again, we as a Jehovah Witness, we have a disaster relief team that comes and help assist with brothers that lost their homes, give them medicals and doctors, and they came to help out. So we fed them. We did it one day for them.
So is a lot of your food that you make, is it healthy? Does it make sure that
It can be.
watch it?
It can
watch
be,
calories?
but that's not what that's not my goal. My goal is taste. I mean, if you ask, once again, I will give you what you pay for. If you say this is what you want and you want to pay for this, I'll give it to you. But if it's taste, what you go after, most really good tasting stuff is not going to be too healthy.
Okay, why is that? Educate us on that.
I'm not saying everything. I'm saying this is a treat. Like I mean, you can eat every day and be healthy, but sometimes you want something that's rich and fattening and or sugary. And the foods that really taste good is fat and sugar.
So when you say that, right, are you referring to like the dessert you brought today, right? Was that something that a person know they shouldn't eat?
Oh yeah, if you're a diabetic, no, you don't go near that.
Okay.
Yeah,
You can't go near
no,
that.
go near that.
So do you make desserts that are sugar free?
I can. Once again, what you asked for, I could do. I recently just started doing some vegan stuff, so that's really healthy. But I just started on that.
You just started on vegan stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have any of that on your Instagram?
I don't think so yet. I don't think I had the vegan dishes, but there is something that I do. I on my stories on Instagram. That's what I do different. I will go step by step on how I make things, so people could actually learn how to cook if you watch the stories. You'll learn how to make different sauces. Like I did a barbecue blackberry sauce yesterday. And
How did that come out?
oh, it's fantastic. Yeah. You can look at the comments that people wrote that actually had the food that I made.
Okay, definitely. So tell me this: if you were standing before an audience of 1,000 people, what would you say to them to motivate them to eat your food?
Oh, that's a good one. To motivate, I would let them see it and smell it. That's it. I won't need to say anything. I won't need to say it. You see it and smell it. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, what dish is this?
Now that was a salmon, and that's in a cream sauce in a cream peppered sauce. I mean, and when I say pepper, not black pepper. There's yellow and red and different peppers. It's not hot. They're like a sweet peppers.
Okay, and how did you come up with this creative idea? Like you say, you don't go by recipes.
No, I go by what I think it tastes good, and then what I like.
How did you learn that?
It's just that one little thing that I can do. I can't work on cars. I can't build. I can't do anything else. But I can. It's like artists. They can come. You see how some people just draw. There's just certain things I can just taste and I'll say, hey, you know what? This sounds good. You know what? Let me take honey and some red chilies and let me blend it and make a certain sauce with this and then put a little Grand Marnier in it and have an orange fiery honey. It just things just go in my head and I make it.
Okay, Definitely, definitely. Well, Tone, you have really, really spiced up my hunger.
Yeah.
Definitely, you have made me so hungry that I want to break my fast, but I can't.
Yeah.
As I look at that banana pudding, it looks delicious. I'm going to definitely make sure I save some too. But one of the things that I have to ask you, you know, what are you most proud of that you like to make?
That I'm most proud of. What it's more than what I can make. It's honestly what makes me the most proud is what I can do. And what I mean by that is what I can do for others. No matter what, when people are going through stuff, they're sad, you know, they may be depressed or going through hard times, or maybe they're happy. They're still going to need to eat. And you know what? And that can always put a smile on somebody's face. Uh, let somebody just have surgery, right? Say it's the wife, okay, and she normally do the cooking. If you go and bring her meals, it feeds the family. It just makes you feel good. And there's certain things, as you know, there was times when we used to be incarcerated. People lost their loved ones. It made them feel good, and likewise to cook for somebody and bring it to them.
Well, Tone, I want to thank you for not only coming on the show, but showing how you change your character in order to develop the type of foods that you make to make people happy. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. Before we close this deal, I want the audience to know and remember on May 18th, if you are very interested, go to the first annual professional development series, Business Ownership 101, so you can learn how to develop your own business plan. If you have suggestions, questions, or even would like to apply to be a guest on the show, visit us at www.theclosethedealshow.com. San Francisco Bay Area viewers, you can catch us every Monday night on the Close the Deal Show, channel 29 at 8:30. Worldwide, find the Close the Deal Show, YouTube, just type my name, click my picture. Please subscribe and like my comment. Take good care, everyone. And don't forget, find the right connection and close the deal.